Hello everyone and welcome to the Arbor Farm. Thank you for joining us for today's episode where I want to share with you how we sell flowers on the street. Let's get started. We often get asked what our secret is for selling flowers on the street. And just as an example, we sold over 177 bouquets in just 3 weeks by selling our flowers on the street. So I want to share with you our inside information and our secret as to how we go about doing that. Thanks for joining us. Selling flowers on the street can certainly be a viable side hustle. But before I dive into the how we do it, I want to share with you a little bit of background information so that you can have a good understanding as to how it got started. We started selling our flowers, first of all, by just putting a few extra bouquets out at a stand by the roadside. We had extras and we wanted to share them with other people rather than having them go to waste. And so that's how it all started. Our family would cut the flowers and we just stick them out by the roadside and with a little sign out there saying, "Have a nice day, and we hope that you enjoy some flowers." So that's how it got started. We live in a cul-de-sac neighborhood, and so there's no street to get out. The person has to go out the same way that they come in, so there's no through traffic going through our neighborhood. It's rather quiet and a little bit off the beaten path. So just to give you a feel for how things go, that's the kind of a situation where we are. That's the neighborhood that we live in. So how do we sell them on the street? That's the question, the part that you might be most interested in. And we sell them on the street by just using a table that we made simply. It's a self-serve roadside stand. We call it the flower stand. And we started out with a very simple table. I had the chance to get some free pallets and we cut those and we used them to build a table, and it cost us nothing but a few screws. So I'll show you a picture of that. And it's very simple and straightforward as far as how we started out. So we put our flowers out there, a sign for people to know that they were for the taking. And we use an inexpensive, what we refer to as a cash box, for people to put their money in. And then over time, we've realized that there are a lot of people that don't carry cash, and we don't want to eliminate those people who don't carry cash. We want to be able to service everyone, and so we started taking Venmo. And Venmo is a great option for small businesses or side hustles. There's an option that you can use with a small fee and use that for your business to take people who want to not pay with cash, who pay with digital transfers. And so that's what we do. We take both cash and digital transfers, and it's self-serve at our roadside stand. And so we've also included a sign out there that has our logo so that people can get that visual recognition that they're looking for when they're coming down our neighborhood to look for our roadside stand. And we have a sign out there that clearly shows how much a bouquet of flowers cost. And again, they can pay with cash or Venmo in our cash box. We also have a QR code out there with our Venmo so that someone who wants to pay with Venmo can just simply scan that, and it takes them directly to our account so they don't have to take the time to manually look it up. So that creates the simplicity and the ease of use for that person shopping. And so what kind of bouquets did we sell, or do we sell? When we first started out, we just used We upcycled glass jars, our preference, clear glass jars. And we put bouquets in those clear glass jars, conditioned flowers that are ready to go, and those have water in them. They're gift ready. We found that people really liked those pre-made bouquets. And just to make it look a little bit nicer, a little bit more trendy, we dropped those clear glass jars into a paper lunch sack. And on that paper lunch sack, we would tie our logo and our contact information so that people would know where they come from, and that would give us an opportunity then to expand our business and to tell others about it. The other way that we've sold our bouquets is just wrapped in craft paper. So we gather up the quantity of stems that we've decided for the price that we decided to sell those for, and all of our bouquets are generally the same price, at least when we were starting out, just to keep things simple. And so then we'd wrap it in craft paper, staple it, and add a stamp that had our logo. So that's another way. Those two ways, both the jar bouquet and the craft paper bouquet, those have worked really well for us. And since we were selling the bouquets with the jar, we decided to offer a way for people to return those. And not everyone did, and so that's okay. We had that cost of the jar figured in the cost of the bouquet, so that's fine. But if people are coming every week to buy our bouquets, we wanted to offer them a jar return, and many people did that. We just simply put a box underneath our table, our roadside flower stand, and put a sign on it that said jar return, and that was very helpful to us to help keep our costs down and be able to recycle those and use them over in our bouquets. Now, if you're wanting to sell your flowers, you of course got to have customers. And so customers are one of the most important things. If you don't have customers, you can't sell your flowers. So how did we get our customers, our advertising? We created consistently Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and then of course hashtags with those that applied to the products that we're planning to sell. And also we used our location in those hashtags as well. So consistently posting on Facebook and Instagram helped us as a first step. And then to take it a step further, every week we would post on Facebook Marketplace, and we would give the time that our stand is open, the time that it closes, and then followed that consistently, as well as pictures and videos every week of the bouquets that are available. And we found that people really enjoyed that. They really were responsive. And that's part of, a large part of how we got to the 177 bouquets in just a short time of 3 weeks during our peak season. And along with those Facebook Marketplace listings, we joined the buy and sell groups within a 30-mile radius of where we're located, and also posted the listing in there. So it went like this. I posted on Monday several photos. I think Facebook allows you to do 8 or 10 photos, one of which is a video. And we posted some content with our open hours as well as our location. And we wanted to let people know that these bouquets are available. And we also said that we refresh rather our stand every day as needed. So as they're sold, we want people to know that we're putting fresh ones out every day. And then on Saturday evening, we would mark that as sold and remove that listing. We would just leave it blank on Sunday. We like the tradition of family time on Sunday, so we close on Sunday. and then open back up on Monday and start it all over again. So when you post on Monday. And so that's how we became effective in letting people know. So what started then as a few bouquets just out by the roadside to share in a few short weeks turned into special orders for graduation open houses, for family reunions, and we were just grateful to be able to share our flowers, and it was a joy for us as well as for our customers, and it continues to be, and we're thankful for that. So what are the benefits of selling flowers on the street? If you're gonna sell flowers on the street, you wanna know the pros and the cons. And so selling flowers on the street, I can think of two significant benefits. It's free. You don't have to pay for a store frontage. You don't have to pay a consignment fee to sell them at somebody else's store. That is a significant benefit. And then the other benefit is, I forgot. Oh yeah, the other benefit is it's self-serve, so you don't have to be present. And there my brain just wasn't present either to remember. But anyway, it's self-serve. So if you work a day job and you don't have the opportunity to be present, you can just set it up and let it run on its own, and people honor that honesty system and buy your stuff whether you're there or not. They know that it's self-serve, and they'll come and they'll buy your products. If you have extra flowers and you're considering selling flowers on the street, one final thing that I should mention here is you need to check your city's ordinances as well as your state regulations for selling flowers on the street before you get started. Sometimes there are places that won't allow that, or that require you to pull a permit before it happens. So just make sure that you're all set before you get started. And we hope that you enjoy, whether you're a home gardener or you're dabbling in flower farming or whatever the case might be, that you enjoy sharing your flowers with others as those customers enjoy them too. As I mentioned a little bit ago, that we live in a cul-de-sac neighborhood. You don't necessarily have to live in a cul-de-sac neighborhood. You don't even have to live in a city. I've read in several of the forums, though I haven't experienced it myself, that even if you live in the far out country on a gravel road, if you advertise your flowers, people will come. And so don't consider location to be to your disadvantage. Give it a try and see what happens and have fun with it. Thank you for joining us for today's episode. Our goal is to always create content that's helpful to you. And if you found today's content helpful, we'd like to ask you to click the like button and subscribe to our channel so that you can receive notifications as to when the next content is available. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.